Is this recording? I hope so. Good morning, YouTube. I'm on Gilly Beach, which is near Falmouth. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. And I've come here to catch the sunrise, which you might see behind me. I've got a camera over there filming it. I don't know if I made it in time, really, but no. And I'm going to try and get the sunset on the opposite coast, because Cornwall's quite narrow. You can cycle across it in a day, which is easy. But I'm on kind of the south east coast of Cornwall right now, filming sunrise, and as I say, I'm going to try and get the sunset the same day. And I mean, I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. Partly just because it's fucking gorgeous, of course. And you know, the colours I could see in the sky as I was driving over, because where I live is quite near the top of the hill. So you know, I could see the sunrise quite slowly, because and the colours were just astonishing, really. But I'm doing this really, apart from just the aesthetics of that, it's to do with this idea of cosmological place that I made a video about a while back. Cosmological place, and what it feels like to get a really embodied sense of where you are. Because we do that all the time. You know, I think I mentioned in a previous video that sense of familiarity that you gain by being in a place for a length of time. You know, like when you move into a new house. There's that period of adjustment when everything feels a little bit awkward and you don't quite know where everything is. But very, very quickly you kind of accommodate yourself and the building accommodates you, and you just flow through it in a really seamless way. And even more close to home, you know, if you use a tool regularly, like if you're just tools, or you drive a car or something like that, or if you're blind and have got a cane, you very quickly incorporate those tools into your sense of self, don't you? Almost into your being. I know you don't have nerve endings running into them, so they're not part of your sensory motor system. But you know, there's good evidence to suggest, isn't it, that people who do use those kind of tools regularly have that experience. And we can all do it. You know, if you get a pencil and tap it on the table, the tapping sensation doesn't feel like it's happening in your fingertips. It feels like it's happening at the end of the pencil on the tabletop. So we routinely extend ourselves into our environment through things like tools and through things like places, I think, you know, particularly familiar places like, as I say, the buildings we spend a lot of time in our home, particularly. But in terms of cosmological place, I'm just interested to see how far you can extend that and what kinds of differences it makes to our consciousness. I suppose I'm thinking here about a status update that someone left on Facebook yesterday, one of my friends on Facebook, who has got a YouTube channel actually. It's Mark I'm talking about. Hi Mark. His comment was something like, just looking at my camera, it looks like it's falling over. Go back. His comment was something like, if a person is wrapped up in themselves, they make a very small package. Which I thought, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, we do make a small package when we're wrapped up in ourselves. I think my camera has just... I have to come back tomorrow, never mind. Yeah, so I'm just thinking about, okay, I think that's true, certainly in those periods of time when I've wrapped up on myself, when I felt myself unextended, unconnected, unextended into the environment, into the social world in which I live, into the world of the tools that I use routinely, into the place that I am. When I feel myself like that, I do feel small and kind of isolated. So I'm thinking about the opposite direction. What happens if we work the other way? And the biggest way, the thing I can think of right now is this cosmological place. And to do that, to try to imagine myself extended into the universe. I know this sounds terribly hippy-dippy, but you know, okay. What I want to do is kind of embody that, or give myself physical experiences, sensorial experiences, which have that kind of sense, you know. So when I'm looking towards the sunrise over here in this morning, and when I look at the sunset later on the opposite side of the country, I'm going to be, I'm kind of placing myself in geometrical alignment. You know, I'm looking across at the tangent of this sphere on which I'm on towards another sphere, 93 million miles away. That's what I'm doing here. And I'm going to be tracking that here at this point. And when I do it on the other side of on the other coast tonight, I'll be looking across the tangent in the opposite direction. So I'll be my line of sight will be this straight line that intersects that glowing orb in the sky, just lightly grazes the surface of this planet, third rock from the sun, and then shoots off in the opposite direction. So I'm thinking about that really. I know it's weird, but there you go. Anyway, I better go and see what's happened to my camera. Bye.